Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the processional.
Please be seated. Before we begin the formal ceremony, let me remind you to silence your cell phones and be courteous to those around you by quietly attending to the speakers throughout the ceremony. During the presentation of graduates, we encourage you to express your pride by applauding and cheering. This is a wonderful day for everyone, graduates, parents, family, and friends. Thank you for being here. Please enjoy the ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, as University Marshal, it is my distinct privilege to introduce to you the Provost of the University of Texas at Dallas, Dr. Inga Musselman.
Thank you, Dean Gonzalez. Graduates, families, friends, and UT Dallas students, staff, and faculty, welcome to the University of Texas at Dallas Spring 2019 commencement ceremonies. This week, we are awarding bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees in the fields of arts and humanities, arts, technology, and emerging communication, behavioral and brain sciences, economic, political, and policy sciences, engineering and computer science, interdisciplinary studies, management, and natural sciences and mathematics. A total of 4,498 academic degrees are being awarded this spring, including a record number of undergraduate degrees. Our ceremony this afternoon affirms the success of UT Dallas's core educational mission as a great, multifaceted teaching and research university. Teaching and research, that is what we do best at our university. At UT Dallas, teaching is not a secondary priority. As you well know, commencement means the beginning, not the ending, of a new adventure. We all hope that the future holds bright promise for us individually. Life's wheel turns inexorably forward, leaving tracks in time while dragging change into the future. After 16 years of education, maybe 20 years, perhaps even more, most of you will no longer be students. And that's a big change. It's one of life's major watersheds. It's a time all of us dream about, and some of us dread. On the one hand, we are filled with joy and celebration that we have made it, while on the other hand, we step forward into an uncertain future of new challenges and unpredictable change. I have always been a goal and process-oriented person, disciplined to keep my eye on the ball while working steadily to achieve my objective, trusting that ultimately I could make ends meet. And what have I discovered? Almost every time I have gotten to the point where my ends should meet, somebody has moved the ends. You will discover this for yourself soon enough, but today is not the day to fret about tomorrow. If your teachers here and elsewhere have done their job, you are prepared to meet the future, and we are confident that you can and will. Today is the day to celebrate your graduation from UT Dallas, and that is pretty special. Whatever the degree, yours is a one-of-a-kind day of well-deserved celebration. Think of it. Once you get that diploma in hand, it's yours forever. That's one thing that will never change. And so, let the festivities begin. Congratulations, one and all. I now have the privilege of introducing some colleagues in the stage party. I will ask them to stand and to remain standing, and I ask you, the audience, to please hold your applause until the introductions are complete. Richard Benson, President. Hobson Wildenthal, Executive Vice President. Kyle Edgington, Vice President for Development and Alumni Relations. Jean Fitch, Vice President for Student Affairs. Calvin Jameson, Vice President for Facilities and Economic Development. Terry Pankratz, Vice President for Budget and Finance. John Walls, Vice President for Communications. Previously introduced as University Marshal, Juan Gonzalez, Dean of Graduate Education. Jessica Murphy, Dean of Undergraduate Education. Ann Balsamo, Dean of the School of Arts, Technology, and Emerging Communication. Eric Farrar, Associate Dean. Lisa Bell, Associate Dean. Sandy Farrar, Associate Dean. George Fair, Vice President of Diversity and Community Engagement and Dean of Interdisciplinary Studies. Tanya Wissinger, Associate Dean. And Speaker of the Academic Senate, Dr. Ravi Prakash. And a sincere thanks to the other faculty participating from the schools represented on stage. Please also stand to be recognized. Please be seated. To introduce today's student speaker, it is my pleasure to welcome Dr. George Fair, Dean of the School of Interdisciplinary Studies.
Our student speaker came to the University of Texas at Dallas from El Centro College, where he earned an associate's degree. He's graduating today, cum laude, with a degree in interdisciplinary studies. After graduating from James Madison High School in 2010, he joined the U.S. Army, where he served as a paratrooper, an unmanned aircraft operator, and a specialist for the 57th Rough Terrain Sapper Company, with whom he was deployed. He joined UTD in the spring of 2017 via the Comet Transfer Scholarship and is a two-time recipient of the Neela and Thomas Petrick Scholarship and the 2019 State Farm Veteran Award. Outside his college career, he served as a volunteer and mentor for the Dallas Independent School District and the Barbara Jordan Elementary School. He has interned and worked with the Department of Veteran Affairs, assisting other disabled veterans. In addition, he has worked as a hazard mitigation CE&O specialist for the Federal Emergency Management Agency, assisting in national disasters, and in community affairs and in the community affairs branch for the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, interceding on behalf of low-income families and local banks. He is also a commissioned notary public for the state of Texas. After graduation, he plans to continue working for the federal government while pursuing his MS degree in criminal justice with a concentration in justice policy and administration. Please welcome your classmate, Tevin Edley.
Good afternoon, esteemed friends, colleagues, professors, and parents. This is the part where I tell you to dream big, work hard, and follow your dreams. But you've all heard this before, right? And you know that's expected of you. So no. Today calls for something a bit more relevant to our present circumstances and a touch more personal. I want to talk about you. Yes, you, You know who you are. That single mother or father of two who managed to balance work and school, even if it was only 3 credits at a time. You're too persistent to fail. My fellow military veterans who hadn't set foot in a classroom in years, which is daunting to say the least, who saw it only as a challenge to be surmounted. You're too tough to fail. My colleagues who have traveled great distances for an opportunity to attend this school and exceed prospects not only here on campus, but in every other aspect of our culture. Adaptable is too frail a word to describe you, and failure was never even a consideration. Those are but a few scenarios, but make no mistake, I know what it took for all of you to get here. Full disclosure, I graduated high school an average, scrawny kid with a modest parental upbringing, so I figured college was the next natural step. So, mere weeks before the start of the semester, my inner monologue started protesting. It said, "You're gonna fail because you're lazy. You're gonna party and be misled because you're gullible. You won't make any friends because you're shy and uninteresting. Oh, and don't get me started on that student loan debt and that freshman 15, but by all means, go for it." It forced me to consider an alternative. And that's when the be-all-you-can-be Army commercial came on and college became an afterthought because I was sure that 12-mile ruck marches would be easier. And I was wrong. I was very wrong. It wasn't until after I left the military that I reconsidered college and would be attending as one of the older students. Sure enough, that same inner monologue returned. There's no way you'll pass math again after all these years. It's impossible to balance work and school, so why even try? You'll be the only one in class with a beard and a retirement plan. Yeah, I remember thinking to myself, oh man, those are some valid points. Thank goodness I did it anyway, because it afforded me the opportunity to learn, besides so many students who may have had that same inner monologue, but had the courage to ignore it. Or better yet, take it as a challenge. All those choices, or lack thereof, trials and tribulations, and sheer dumb luck, yet you all ended up right here in these seats graduating. And do you know why? Because you came to an understanding of yourselves, of what happiness and success mean for you. You learned that the path that may work for others may not be right for you. You learned to decipher between which thoughts, views, and opinions were borrowed and which ones were yours. You grasped that the world would try to tell you that to be a big shot, you have to be, act, or look a certain way with a particular background or name. But this is not true. You stopped listening to excuses to not be successful, and you resolved to finish this phase of your education. You, yes you know who you are, and that's why you decide what happens next, how your story ends, and you set the tone for your inner monologue. You want to know what mine is saying now? Way to go. I never doubted you for a second. Congratulations, class of 2019. I love you, Saba. It is now my distinct pleasure to welcome to the podium University President Dr. Richard Benson.
Thank you, Tevin. You had it all the way. I join in welcoming to UT Dallas all of our graduating students, my university colleagues, and most especially families and friends, including those who are watching online or via the Facebook live stream. Commencement is one of the greatest rituals in American culture, connecting today's graduates with those from years past. As your UT Dallas host today, we are united to make this the kind of day that inspires fond memories. You will find, as have those who have graduated before you, that a degree from UT Dallas is a wonderful investment for the future. In fact, when it comes to academic quality and best financial outcomes, the 2019 Forbes America's Best Value Colleges ranking placed UT Dallas as the top public university in Texas and 15th in the United States, tied with the University of Virginia. Not bad company. Yes. This spring, we will award 2,528 bachelor's degrees, 1,878 master's degrees. We have certified 82 doctoral degrees and 10 audiology degrees. We are holding 10 commencement ceremonies and 1 doctoral hooding ceremony over 4 days. On a personal note, as a father, I've had the joy of watching all 3 of my children graduate from college, and one is graduating right now with his master's degree, but not here. And even though, through my job, I know a lot about college campuses, I haven't experienced the college in the same way that my children did, or that you did while here at UTD. Regardless of how involved a student is on campus, it is almost impossible to fully grasp the complete sweep of activities that occur in a typical day at UT Dallas. From the serene quiet of the early morning to the quickening pace throughout the day, and finally to the quiet that comes as night falls. Rather than try to describe what takes place in a 24-hour period, let me give you a glimpse. This video is UT Dallas in its transition from dawn to dusk.
Good morning, Comments. You're listening to Radio UTD.
Our university is a little bit different because we did start with graduate research and work our way down to undergraduate. Does anyone know what our mascot is?
All right, do we have any splatter dance veterans in here? Who's been here before? Yeah?
Explain your license structure.
Isn't that a great video? You'll be pleased to know that it was done by someone who sat in these seats just a year and a half ago, Ricardo Castrion, an ATEC graduate from December of 2017. Yeah. Among all moments of transition on a college campus, the most notable occurs today on Commencement Day, when the students embark on the next phases of their journeys and we get to celebrate with all of you. Family and friends, I hope that you have spotted your students in the chairs. In a short time, they will cross this stage. Each student whose name will be announced during the ceremony has achieved one of life's great goals. They have found support and encouragement from those who have taught and guided them while here, and from family members and friends who made it all possible. To this dynamic graduating class, today marks a rite of passage. It is a public affirmation of your hard work and determination. It is also a day when each of you earns a new title. You can proudly call yourself a graduate of UT Dallas. This is an honor that you share with more than 112,000 alumni around the world. One of my favorite things this time of year is to learn the successes of our graduating classes. One example is Melissa Livermore, three-time All-American, leading the Comet softball team with a .496 batting average and 40 stolen bases this season. She set the all-time career steals record for NCAA Division III. After graduating with a degree in healthcare studies, Melissa plans to work as an emergency medical technician and then apply to master's programs for a physician's assistant degree. And keeping with the focus of ATEC to promote a creative exchange of ideas, many undergraduate students gained invaluable experience ranging from work on an upcoming animated film to assisting faculty with collaborations for the Saluna International Music and Arts Festival in Dallas. No doubt, students, UT Dallas is a better place because you have been here. Along the way, you were inspired to volunteer in the community, tutor school children and senior citizens, and create solutions for global and local issues. In both the academic and athletic arenas, you competed throughout the state and across the country. Some of you pitched business ideas or challenged others in debate, chess tournaments, or even esports. Others creatively expressed yourselves through music, art, dance, and performance. And just as importantly, you found ways to not only be a student, but to be employers and employees. And some of you arrived at this day as parents or even grandparents. I applaud each and every one of you for navigating the rigors of academic life and for finding ways to connect with the world beyond our campus boundaries. This mixture of learning and engagement does not end on Commencement Day. It is true that your college years can prepare you for a job, and no one does a better job of that than UT Dallas. More importantly, we have prepared you for a lifetime of learning and growth, and my wish is that this will be your most enduring gift from UT Dallas. So in conclusion, congratulations, Comets. We're proud of you. I now invite to the podium the Dean of Undergraduate Education, Dr. Jessica Murphy.
I would like to offer a special recognition of those students graduating with honors today. Would those candidates who have been awarded major honors within their school please stand as you are able and be recognized. Candidates, please be seated. All candidates graduating with Latin honors, including cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude, please stand as you are able and be recognized. Candidates, please be seated. Collegium 5 is UTD's 4-year honors program. I would like to invite all C5 graduates here to stand as you are able and be recognized. Candidates, please be seated. Phi Kappa Phi is the nation's oldest, largest, and most selective all-discipline honor society. All Phi Kappa Phi members, please stand as you are able and be recognized. Candidates, please be seated. It is now my honor to certify the candidates for undergraduate degrees. Will all candidates who are to receive the bachelor degree please rise if able and remain standing? Dr. Benson, on behalf of the faculty, I certify to you that those candidates who have completed all of their academic requirements are entitled to receive their respective degrees. Candidates, please be seated. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the podium Dr. Juan Gonzalez, Dean of Graduate Education.
Today's commencement ceremony is a highlight of the academic calendar. We gather to recognize and celebrate your dedication, hard work, and glorious achievements of earning your degrees. We know you have gained a great deal of knowledge, but even more important, you have gained the ability to understand and apply that knowledge. As Albert Einstein once said, any fool can know, the point is to understand. We hope that you will use the ability to understand to pursue new directions, to acquire new knowledge, and then to apply it wisely. I would also like to recognize the tremendous contributions, commitment, and sacrifices of the parents, families, and friends that help make this day a reality. Students succeed not only because of their own efforts, but also because of the support they receive from family and friends. So to our graduates, to their families, congratulations, good luck, good success, and best wishes for your very bright futures. Will all the candidates who are to receive the master's degrees please rise as able and remain standing. Dr. Benson, on behalf of the faculty, I certify that the candidates who have completed all of their academic requirements are entitled to receive their master's degree. Candidates, please be seated. Turn the podium back to President Benson.
Thank you, Deans Murphy and Gonzalez. Now, by virtue of the authority vested by law in the Board of Regents of the University of Texas System, I confer upon each of you the respective academic degree for which you have been recommended, with all the rights, privileges, responsibilities, and obligations appertaining thereunto, and I offer my sincere congratulations. It is now time for the graduates to take the stage for the presentation of certificates and diplomas.
Candidates from the School of Arts, Technology, and Emerging Communication receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree, please come forward as your name is called. Jacqueline Ann Schmischer. Jitarian T. Brown. Raymond Allen. Rabil Ahmed. Marcus Joseph Gonzalez. Caleb Michael Barron. Matthew Colin Kelly. Armando Luis Apolinar. Alvaro Rotea. Nathan Lawrence Ross. Taylor Lauren Arsenault. Carolina Rivera Alvarez. Zachary Parker Royal. Ricardo Antonio Sanoja. Yvette Marie Varas. Joshua Aaron Barreras. Nicholas Din. Madeline May Ambrose. Dylan Gregory Burton. Thomas James Cassa. Faith Ann Dainio. Mariah Anastasia Armstrong. Adria Biani Contreras. Joseph David Catalano. Kang Dui Doan. Rudy Avila. Denzel Buenafe. Melanie Lynn Estes. Austin Ray Haffelfinger. Christina Janae Herrera. Talia Dawn Henry. Addison Michael Dobias. Justin Caleb Jewell. Valerie Enriquez. Catherine Sylvia Huff. Valeria Guerrero. Esmeralda Cristina Godinez Paez. Scott Lee Guerin. Delaney Rianne Haig. David Alexander Garza. Sean Darrell Jameson. Chase Alexander Holden. Connor Christian Hayden. Matthew Don May. Robert Ray Johnson. Cesar Alejandro Jimenez. Daryl Wong Keller. Jordan Anthony Lestingi. Laura Lily Lopez. Grace Emily Madsurivong. William David Lugo. Alexander Lee. Jirong Jade Luo. Mike Seen Lee. Olamide Olashula. David McDonald Page. Mason Timothy McCormick. Wiley Austin Murphy. Connor Egan Nesbitt. Nicholas Augustus Orr. Pierce Lee Perlinger. Isabel Sarah Morano. Callum Oliver Nanyagas. Brandon Lee Montoya. Jessica Renee Perkins. Maria Elena Neblet. Leonardo Noriega. Prashant Padsala. Kayla Michelle O'Neill. James Kenneth Rigler. James Robert Popiol. Kashawn Marquise Stafford. Ariel Faye Rawls. Samantha Regan Samuels. Jesse Boo Slater. Oliver Emiko Plasman. Aaron Wilson Sherman II. Spencer Aaron Reynolds. Robert Scott Ritchie. Enrique Emmanuel Rodriguez. Austin Dwayne Smith.
Katie May Underkoffler. Bianca Lizette Fajil. Rachel Elizabeth Starkey. Clara Luisa Vasquez. Leah R. Weinzinger. Samuel Richard Travis. James Thomas. Jordan Lawrence Turner. Josephine Ellen Thomas. Brianne David Tanksley. Charles M. White. Miao Tang. Elizabeth Stiegel. Emily Jo Wheeler. Noah Joseph Whitehead. Unji Chong. Valeria Nohemi Acosta Hernandez. Brian Ho. London Bryce Beavers. Edith Guadalupe Barajas. Jacqueline Almanza. Abigail Lisa George. Brandon Brian Yates. So Yeon Yu. Maria Cristina Rodriguez Capello. Megan Taylor Young. Chue Xian. Sarah Deshong Withrow. Hayden Darrell Conklin. Richard B. Gary. Cameron Gregor Christie. Alejandra Correa. Jesse Wayne Hernandez. Connor D. Deshong. Nicholas Grant Glover. Taylor Regina Grant Gates. Danielle Elizabeth Bordelon. Kelsey Brianne Blankenship Lackland. Abigail Morgan Geisthart. David Humberto Hernandez. Ethan Andrew Dobbs. Anthony Marvell Bonds. Nicholas James Dennison. James Stephen Pham. Hui Wak Win. Norishaba Qureshi. Mark Anthony Rubio. Amana Izzat Khan. Jessica Michelle Lopez. Andres A. Sanchez. So Yum Im. Sharon Margarita Salazar. Joseph Aaron Horton. Jordan Thomas Murphy. Barbara Nichelle Norris. Phil Justin Pastor. Denzel Starwin Lopez. Maruk Khan. Christina Sten. Sekou Torre. Justin Philip Stevens. Kathleen Brenda Voiles. Sarah Nicole Wall. Jamia Iman Walker Barrow. Janine Taher. Candidates from the School of Interdisciplinary Studies receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree, please come forward as your name is called. Tevin Earl Edney. Marissa Ann Carrillo. Fernanda Barrientos. Peter Alec Bloom. Megan Jacqueline Burns. Alexis Garcia. Nicole Melissa Laporta. James Min Vo. Zachary Walter Wood. Jessica Lizette Parada. Deshaun Kenyatta Washington. Matthew T. Keeland. Jaylee Janae Carver. Zach Austin Gillette. Arkashneth Samit Baisnab. Yahira Judith Rangel. Allison Marie Smith. Kanisha Nicole Jackson. Kimberly Michelle McInturf. Madison Whitley Spengler. Amelia Grace Salcedo. Madeline M. Pitcock. Daniela Christina Lagarda. Brittany Lisette Perez. Sarah Catherine Hargrove. Alexander Lee Stewart. Sabina Hegich. Hiba Berihu Nuru. Megan Pauline Jordan. Caitlin Alexandra Stovall. Helen Yahun Vu. Josephine Monique Thompson. Jenna Nicole Wilson. Cherie Renee Miles. Anita Barati. Mahader Mulam Fetanoun. Bailey Catherine Wood. Jeffrey Matthew Andrews. Ryan Taylor Bursiaga. Connor Peyton Scruggs. Alejandra Beatrice Leverett. Trent Edward Barnes. John Joseph Kahn.
Taylor Brooke Roberts. Eric Adarel Bowie. Connor Klein Hernandez. Mallory Jordan Gunnels. Javier Alberto Pacheco. Ashley Joy Horton. Gregory Ryan Ibanez. Marcus Allen Smith. Madiha Saeed. Patrick Thomas Healy. Candidates from the School of Interdisciplinary Studies receiving the Bachelor of Science degree, please come forward as your name is called. Morgan Marie Blank. Kimberly Ruth Dickinson. Hannah Grace DeMel. Canis Leigh Edreline Dunsale. Haneen Nasser Abusat. Alan Tang Dong. Miro Augustin Are. Andrew H. Doe. Dima Sally Ahmed. Alan J. Kurian. Malak Al-Rafai. Jinan A. Akel. Iman Nafez Zadan. Zaina Al-Zain. Nisreen Hamdi Shalabi. Priya Kandru. Rachel Nicole Hefner. Farhad Eghari. Marwa Osama Eldawudi. Abigail Stephanie Dubon. Faris Wael Faris. Salman Gilani. Sanya Ali. Mariam Raza Himani. Michelle Lee. Shama Etisham. Anna Sofia Guerra. Uyosa O. Iwancia. Jacqueline Marguerite Kaufman. Rahil Heder. Erin Celeste McClellan. Melissa Irene Livermore. Lauren Marie Manning. Sophia Marin. Monica Helen Mueller. Henry Juan Lee. Michelle Thuy Tien Tran. Sarah Ellen Malone. Margaret Shirley Liu. Samantha Ray Lee. Selena M. Marakin. Eileen McCary. Pavanya Mantina. Anwar Mary. Mohammed Marwan Maruf. Julia Rachel Pliaco. Shruti Prabhakar. Catherine Katalaya Pitak Warget. Katan Pramad Parmar. Michelle Rahman. Aman Hussein Saleh. Umi Sumiha. Jessica Sierra Rusk. Alize Rizva. An Hong Win. Yole Favor Adhoro. Sandra Ali. Hamed Kashmar. Nasha Rahman. Farheen Adina Tasnin. Christina Vo. Mahalia Bianca Samson Ansat. Jung Hoon Soo. Susanna May Tan. Sarah Walker. Milan Suib. Leslie Miriam Varghese. Alisa Amin Sutiria. Amber Lauren Terry. Brittany Ashley Shu. Hannah Agape Sway. Derek David Sutton. Emma Lee Devine. Jude Anway. Crystal Annette Duran. Justin Hale Hill. Ifra G. Ali. Candidates from the School of Arts, Technology, and Emerging Communication receiving the Master of Arts degree, please come forward as your name is called. Jack Anthony Murray. Yubei Kim. Candidates from the School of Interdisciplinary Studies receiving the Master of Arts degree, please come forward as your name is called. Victoria Simone Guerra. Candidates from the School of Arts, Technology, and Emerging Communication receiving the Master of Fine Arts degree, please come forward as your name is called. Wajiha Yusuf Desai. Chelsea Lynn Burtis. Paulina Marielle Mohia. Samantha Lynn Owens. This concludes the presentation of degrees. It is now my pleasure to hand the podium over to Dr. Benson.
Well, congratulations, one and all. I'd like to thank the university staff who planned and executed the commencement ceremonies today, and express my appreciation to faculty and administrators who gave of their time today to participate. I'd also like to thank the staff members with the most difficult jobs of all, reading all of those names. There are orators, Chris McAlpine, Michael Sines, and Paul Teal. Thank you, gentlemen. And now, comments, we have one last assignment for you. Would you please rise as able? And move your tassels from the right side to the left. All right, please be seated, graduates. Let me be the first to offer my warmest congratulations to you and my very best wishes for a prosperous and joyful future. In addition to earning the degrees conferred upon you today, you've earned the right to be associated with a very special group of individuals. You may now call yourselves alumni of the University of Texas at Dallas. And I know for a fact we have some alumni with us today. Could I ask all UT Dallas graduates in the Activity Center to please stand and be recognized? Welcome back. Yep, you're all alumni. Please be seated. This day marks a wonderful milestone not only in your lives, but also in the life of the university. I wish you all the best as you go into your new lives as graduates of the University of Texas at Dallas. Please enjoy this day of celebration with your family and friends, and please return to us soon. And now, in your first act as alumni of UT Dallas, I ask you once again to please rise as able, and I ask our guests to rise for the singing of the UTD alma mater, led by today's graduate, Patricia Balconi Lamica.
UT Dallas, orange and green, founders' visionary dream to inflame the scholar's heart, lighting pathways through
Graduates, please remain standing. Will the audience please be seated? In a moment, the stage party will recess through the rear doors of the auditorium, after which our new graduates will also recess. Graduates, please pay attention to the staff from the Office of the Registrar as they ask you to recess one row at a time. Once the graduates have left, friends and families may leave from the doors where you enter, exit out the north entrance, and turn right. You may join your graduate on the campus mall. Please enjoy the music of the Encore Brass as the ceremony closes.